Hello again, everybody. This is Derek, and I am coming back at you with another Wargaming in Miniature video. In today's video, we're going to continue on with our store news update. Okay, so I know a lot of you come to these store news updates and like to see all the topics that I talk about, but the main one that we're talking about today is the sale that we have at Wargaming in Miniature on eBay. Be sure to go check out the sale. I got 20% off of everything. So if you're looking for Victrix or Warlord Games, if you're looking for Plastic Soldier Company, Rubicon, Old Glory 15s, Old Glory 25s, anything that I've got on the store, painted miniatures, D&D, painted tanks, whatever you're looking for, check it out on my store. It's all right now till the end of the month, 20% off. I had a sale before this, which was supposed to go through the end of the month, which was a buy more, save more sale, which was if you buy 2 items, you got 10% off. If you buy 3 items, you got 15% off. And if you buy 4 items, you'd get your 20% off. Well, I decided to go ahead and end that sale and just give everybody 20% off. So if you're looking for any miniatures, painted or boxed or in a bag, check it out at Wargaming in Miniature. All right, now that I've got the news out of the way, we normally touch on 4 subjects. We normally touch on what I've completed or finished, and then what I am working on, what kind of supplies I got in, and what kind of product I got in. So let's start with what I have finished. Well, I have finished my French and Russian commission. That is waiting for payment so that I can ship it out. And yeah, that's I'll probably do a video where I show off those figures. So if you're interested in what kind of work I could do for you, I'll do a video on that. Plus, I finished the American Paratrooper Battalion, and I also finished their battalion headquarters, which for the Germans and the Americans. And on the American Paratrooper Battalion Commander and an FO, today during our live stream, I went ahead and added some antennas to their radioman because I'm working on some 28mm offensive miniatures U.S. paratroopers, and I thought, why not add an antenna to one of those? And then I just carried it over to the 15mm as well. So what am I working on? Hey, I just mentioned it. I got some 28mm U.S. paratroopers from Offensive Miniatures. There's about 100 and something, with mortars and flamethrowers and snipers and light machine guns and medium machine guns and rifles. I got a bunch of figures, and they're sitting outside right now being primed or drying. That's why I don't have them here on my table. So that's what I'm currently working on. I do not have a current commission. There is a person that's inquiring about some 15mm tanks that he has that he's interested in having me paint for him. I need to contact him and find out exactly what the deal is. But because I've already quoted him prices and told him my rates, and then there was a gap in communications, and then now he just recently reached out to me, and so I'm gonna reply to that. But I think he's only got like 8 tanks or something like that, 15mm. So I'm interested. I'm going to contact you, see what we got. But otherwise, I don't have any commissions going on right now. So what I'm doing is I'm concentrating on the store. So everything right now that I'm painting or working on is going to go into my eBay store. I'm putting off all my personal projects to the side. Now, supplies. I got in quite a bit of supplies in the last couple of weeks, actually. I got some underbrush, 3 different colors. I got some soil. I got some fencing and some picket fencing and like farm fencing. I got some bricks. It's basically styrene sheet of bricks so that I can make little brick walls or whatever I needed to do. I could cut them out and glue it onto something. But the way it looks, I could very easily cut it out into some odd shapes and lay it on the ground as cobblestones. I might be doing that. What else did I get in that? I got some rust powder, which I'm not sure. I haven't used it yet, so I'm going to have to experiment with that. And then there's something else I got in there with the supplies. I'm visualizing in my head. Oh, I got some actual cobblestone roads and paper that you normally like lay out and glue to your train set or whatever. So I might be using those to make some road pieces. Oh, something I finished was I made a set of roads that would fit perfectly with the Lafayette Bridge scenario. Basically, I laid out all the felt and cut it out to the right shapes. I think that's the ice machine. And then I Alex pasted them, and then I used the AK texture paste on top of them for the asphalt, and that works really well. And then the dirt roads, I made a handful of dirt roads. So all of those are ready to go, except for one little piece. It's a road that goes to the end of the table, and it goes up to the end of the table, and I had cut it out at an angle so that when you lay it down, it goes flush with the edge of the table. Somehow, in my confusion and late night rushing, I had flipped it over and I put the asphalt on the wrong side. So I think I need to just flip it over. This is going to be an experiment as well, so I'm going to flip it over, asphalt the other side, so there'll be asphalt on both sides, and then I can see if that will work as a double-sided road. And if it does, then I might do that on some of the road intersections and stuff like that. Like I got a Y intersection. If I was able to asphalt both sides, then I could use it on either side. So I might work on that. That wouldn't take me very long. Just 2 little pieces. Well, actually 1 piece to experiment. That would take me, I don't know, no time at all. It would just be the dry time that I'd be worried about. Okay, so that's what I completed. And I also played, now this is not really product that I finished or miniature that I finished, but I did play a game of O Group Saturday night, live streamed it for people that want to see it. It's not public right now. You can probably find it in one of my playlists, but it's not a public searchable video. It's like 4.5 hours long, and it's mostly me looking up rules. So after playing it, everything went smooth. All the dice rolls were understandable and easy to comprehend. It's just I wasn't sure when or where to make die rolls and how to apply them. And it took a while for me to figure it out, but I think I got it mostly figured out. I'm sure that if we did it again, that it would go a lot faster. And I want to make sure I have a good grasp of the rules before I do a boot camp video. I don't want to stumble through a boot camp video pretending like I know the rules when I don't actually know the rules. So, but I've read the rules, and I did a solo game of Lafayette Bridge, which I scaled down from a battalion to a company, and it worked just perfectly fine. So I played it as if it was a battalion. So if you want to look at it like this, I took the actual battle and upped it to a battalion scale. Or you could look at it this way. I took the battalion figures and I treated them like a company. But either way you look at it, it worked, right? And so the German platoons and the American platoons with their combat, and I even vacillated on some of the rules on rough ground between the wet ground in the middle, because in O group rough ground, you're well, anytime anybody's ever moving, you're rolling 2 dice, and if you do what's called a rapid move, you can roll 3 dice, and you take the best 2, if I remember right, and re-roll 1s. So basically, you're getting to move pretty fast. Where just a normal advance, you're rolling 2 dice. The rough ground has no effect on infantry, so you just move 2 dice. But I thought it should be like crossing a bocage. Roll 2 dice and take only one of them, right? Where a bocage is you roll 2 dice and take the lowest one, I think, or the highest one. I don't remember. But that's what I was thinking. You just roll 2 dice and take one. And that would slow the infantry down too much. I've already figured it out. It slows the infantry down too much. So roll it, because you're rolling a 7 on the average. And even then, you're not really. I didn't. I rolled 5s usually. So moving 5 inches is perfectly fine. It's about 20 inches across. So that's a lot of turns to get across. So I figured just roll 2 dice and just move and just go. All right. The artillery worked great. Germans ran out of our ammo with their battalion mortars. And then they had 2 fire missions. They tried calling in one of the fire missions. It was converted to a battalion mortar mission, which couldn't fire because they didn't have any ammo. So, and then there was the Americans. They dropped a barrage on this one building, which didn't do any damage. It was like nobody in the building took damage, but the Germans have an option to stay in the building or to retreat out of the building. And if you stay in the building, you automatically take 1 hit or 1 shock. And so I opted just to stay in the building and take the shock. But that was pretty cool. The way the artillery works in O group is very simple. You don't have to worry about deviation and rolling all that stuff. Unless you roll snake eyes on accuracy, then you gotta... It doesn't deviate in a random direction. It deviates directly to the closest friendly troops. And even then, it doesn't deviate that much, so... but no, the artillery rules worked really well. I brought the tank in late, and so it didn't really get an opportunity to get involved in the fight because I cut the video off around 3 a.m. I said, okay, this is it. I'm done. We don't need to go on any further. I pretty much have everything done. Okay, so that was fun. So now, what product did I get in? Nothing. I haven't gotten any product in. I mean, I've got some West Wind Berlin or Bust armor vehicles in, which I haven't painted them or anything, or put them on the store. I have my offensive miniatures that I'm working on. I've also got some British and some SS offensive miniatures, and they might become the next. I think the SS might become the next project after this American paratrooper project. Those are all going to go on the store. So if you want to look for those in the next few days, you should. And then, so I didn't really get any product in. Not that I can think of. Nothing that I'm selling. No, no product. Okay, supplies. Well, what kind of supplies did I get in? I told you I got some of the uh, fencing and soil and underbrush. I got a couple of spray paints. The new Rust-Oleum spray paints have these dials to turn for the type of spray you want coming out. I haven't had a chance to use one of those yet. I kind of want to do a video that shows off that that new paint nozzle. I did get some gray primer in. That was one of the things that I did get in, was some gray primer, and I realized that, or I realize now, it really needs an airbrush to be applied and not a brush. I can do it by brush, that's no problem, but I really want to get an airbrush, a cheap one, nothing fancy. I'm not going to be painting models with it. I'm only going to use it to prime models. That's really the only thing I'm going to use it for, or maybe base coat a tank. But other than that, I don't plan to use it to actually paint. I prefer brush, the detail of brush. Got a bunch of T34s in, and they're plastic sprues, and they're already on the website for sale. 20% off. Bases, no. I did get my war base order in. Another thing is, I've got an order for from Battle Scale, which is a bunch of resin buildings, because I wanted to make a bunch of what do you call it, built up areas for O Group. I got way more than I'm probably going to need, but this is going to give me an opportunity to make a variety of different ones. I'm going to base them on some MDF, and then that way I can pick and choose which ones I want for what situation it is. But I still haven't received those. It's been just over a month. I think I ordered it on the 19th, and it's now the 22nd. So it's way too long. Yeah, so that's it. If you're interested in a commission, make sure you contact me. I'm available. I don't have anything that I'm working on right now. If you're looking to expand your armies or you need something painted, let me know and I'll quote you a price. I'll send you a price sheet. All right, so thank you for coming out and checking out this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.